Well, while I'm sitting here waiting for a load, I suppose I could got time to do a video to show you what it is I'm doing with myself nowadays. I'm back carting sugarcane like I did many years ago. I first started this job in 2003, 13 odd years ago. So yeah, what we do is cart sugarcane, which is this plant over here for those who've never seen it, and it gets cut by the cane harvesters and it's put into these bins over here, which we deliver to the farms. We put an empty bin onto the ground and we pick up a full one. As you can see here, my truck's just waiting to hook up to a loaded bin to pick it up. I can hear a tractor coming at the moment with the rest of the cane to fill up my bin over here. So once he fills that up, I'll reverse up to the bin and pull it on. These are what they call ro-ro bins, or super lift bins, and how they're winched onto the truck is by using this pin at the back of the trailer. Just get it away. You can see that pin there. That's attached to this cradle, which is attached by those chains all the way up the trailer to two big hydraulic winches at the front, and we'll actually back up and hook up this pin to a hook on the front of the bin and then winch it onto the truck. So you can see here that the tractor, the haul out, that's just come from the cane harvester out of the paddock, is just about to tip the sugarcane billets into the bin, and then I'll be able to hook up to it and load it onto the truck and go back to the sugar mill. So you can see here that I've backed into position and got the pin to engage in the hook on the front of the bin. So now what I've got to do is turn the winches on and actually winch. You don't winch the bin onto the truck, you actually winch the truck in underneath the bin. So that's what we'll do next. So you can see here the truck's hooked up to the bin. This isn't my truck, this is one of the other drivers, but he's just commencing to winch the bin on. Now, when we say the bin on, it's more like the truck under, because as you can see, the bin, while it's on the ground, does not move. It just stays static, and it's actually the truck that moves. You can see that the truck is being winched in underneath the bin, and while that's happening, the driver's actually steering the truck. He's steering this back axle that's on the ground to make sure that it lines up exactly straight with these side rails here on the bin. Now, once he gets up to a certain point, the back of the bin here that's on the ground will actually come off the ground, and when that happens, the truck will stop moving and the bin will start to move instead. So the truck will stop and the bin will actually get winched onto the truck up to the front. So you can see here, the sides of the bin will eventually rest on those rollers there. Once more than 2/3 of the weight is past those rollers, and that will allow the back of the bin to come off the ground like that. Then the truck stops, the bin is winched all the way forward, and that's it. No secondary restraints or anything like that, and the truck can then drive away. Pretty simple. So you can see my truck's here back at the mill. I've just driven back here with a loaded bin, and I'm parked at what's called the ticket office. Driven up the ramp and parked the truck here, and when the truck in front of me tips, I'll be able to back onto the weighbridge. You can see here the white line on the ground as a guide to reverse. We actually reverse onto the weighbridge, and there's already a loaded truck sitting on the weighbridge getting his weights, and then once he gets a green light on the lighting system, that tells him that he's ready to tip, and he will tip his load into the hopper. So you can see here that that's the actual readout for the trucks to tell them their weight. He's parked on the bridge here, and you can see here there's like a set of traffic lights. He's got a red light at the moment, which means stop, don't do anything. Once the light turns green, he can then commence to tip his load into the hopper. You can see here the truck's got a green light, so before he tips it all the way up, he's firstly going to winch the bin back. That's so it clears the back of the trailer. You don't winch it back far enough, the cane will just spill out onto the actual weighbridge. So you can see here, he's actually engaged the winches in the reverse. He's just winching the bin back a little bit until it clears the back of the trailer. And then he'll tip it all the way up, right up, full 3 stages, and tip all the cane into the hopper. Starting to pour out. You can see here, there's the back of the trailer, and there's the hopper where the sugarcane's tipped into to go onto the conveyor belt there to feed into the mill.